Alright, is everybody ready?
I
I think I'm as physically ready as I can be.
Ready.
Alright, so a lot and not a lot happened last time. So I thought I might do something a bit different and hopefully a bit more engaging for you all in lieu of like a recap. To summarize, last time you all met the Crest Clan and you found Valin's unicorn Isolde. I would ask the party quick question before we just jump into stuff. Just a few questions about what you've retained from the story thus far, to sort of like get an idea. Big bad. Who do you all see as the big bad at this point?
The eyes.
Okay.
Organization 13.
The-
I'm sorry. My brain just was like.
we are facing agents of the Purple Crystal God, whose name just escaped me.
So, the group has been dealing with a shadowy organization known as the Order of the Eyes, aka the 16-Eyed Spider, a group with 16 leaders with like a hierarchy that wants to quote-unquote see Kaifin as the highest god and like essentially get rid of all of the other gods. So speaking of the order, who do you all remember as members of the order?
The lich guy that I believe we took care of, and
Wasn't there that one chick that was in Theron's sewers?
the bug guy that we also took care of.
So yeah, you've taken care of 3 of their leaders. I should have it updated in your actors section. Is it? Yeah, under NPCs, there should be a folder that's the Order of the Eyes. That should have a list at least available to all of you as to who you know from the Order. I believe I denoted the ones that you've taken care of. But as you guys had dealt with the drone diplomat, the guy that was the insect working for the Order, you had found letters that you weren't able to read, but there were a few words in the common tongue that you were able to pick up that gave you the idea that there is another member, at least nearby, that should also be noted in your actors. One Shade.
Jace.
Let's see what else is pertinent right now. There was some implications last time as to some bigger things going on that the party isn't aware of. But yeah, we'll get rolling, since more or less it seems like everybody is on the same page. You had traveled from the Crest Clan's camp at the base of a mountain in a little like alcove through like two peaks, and headed southwest to the first tree, a giant tree that you'd been able to see on the horizon for a while now. Like you could see it from the fort, but it was bigger and bigger the closer that you got, like to the point that now that you're within about a half a mile of the tree, that you can't even see the top from underneath. But being close enough, you do see that there is a whole sort of somewhere between like a village and a city, small towns worth of buildings built into the inside of the city and down into the ground below. The whole tree comes out of the top of a giant statue of a bird that those who are more aware of the religious side of things clearly can tell is the final resting place of the goddess of wind, Scalth, worshipped by the Blue Sands tribe and the creator of birdfolk. The entire ground in this area looks like the statue like fell from the sky and impacted. There's like a layered crater that the trees grow in, that you sort of had to like ascend small cliffs on the way southwest of where you were. And as you were approaching, you were confronted by a very buff falcon gentleman who sort of scoffed at your presence, despite being aware of who you were and how the recent people had sort of been singing your accolades. But as we pick up, you all approach the tree, knowing that there's supposed to be a teleportation circle here that will take you to Saren, near the Hotfoot Steps, where Oniker's father currently is sealed away. And we will pick up as you all begin to approach this tree and small city, town inside. Bless you.
Place is a bit interesting.
That's an understatement.
Better than an overstatement.
goodness, can't imagine how many eons it took for this tree to grow.
What if it didn't take that long? It is growing on top of a god.
So they're saying that the god's life force is giving what's the word I heard kids in the capital use? Booster pack?
Yeah.
There's sort of like a staircase that runs along between one of the roots and like the like neckline up to the beak of this bird statue that is Scouth. At the point that the base of the tree and this root meet, there's a large hollow and an entryway into the like metropolis inside. And there's like all sorts of paper lanterns that you can see hanging inside. And it doesn't seem like there's any guards posted at the entrance at all or anything.
It's either really safe here or they're really stupid.
That big muscly bird seems like he know how to handle himself.
True.
Anybody that'd like to can make a sort of insight onto that.
My computer is being incredibly slow.
Well, these two know for sure. And Mika. At least the three of you have caught on to the fact that there probably are guards up in the sky. They're bird folk. They're probably flying around and keeping an eye above instead of standing post. And the people that are keeping guard have probably allowed you past knowing who you are.
Lynn would like to take a look up into the sky and see if she can spot one.
I second
And if
that.
she does, she wants to give him a wave.
Let's see. How do I check? Mika would be able to spot them, but they're kind of darting around up there. They're sort of out of sight, and like the ones that Mika does occasionally spot are moving fast enough that it's hard to like wave at them.
Then she does not notice them. And then she like rubs her eyes after like staring up like close to the sun a couple times by mistake.
But yeah, there's the squawky cacophony of various bird folk hustling and bustling inside of the tree ahead of you all as you begin your ascent up the staircase towards the little tree village.
Can I investigate the big apparent god statue? Like, just like give it a close look, or as close of a look as I can from here.
Yeah, for sure. Is there something you're trying to like ascertain about it at all?
How detailed the carvings are of this thing's face to ascertain whether or not this could actually be like something that was living and turned to stone, or if it is in fact just something that was carved in the like effice of their god.
Alright, well, go ahead and give me either a religion check or a investigation, I guess.
I'll do. Let's go investigation. It's a 14. My passive is better than that.
It's like strikingly detailed. You're having a hard time figuring out whether or not it could be a really real god, but like yeah, it has a lot of detail. It's pretty damn weathered. Like it looks like fairly old, but like when it was fresh, the details would have been insane on this thing.
Given the fact that there is a tree growing out of this tree is freaking humongous. The implication being that this was here before he was. So it's like that's a yeah. It's and the fact that for the most part there isn't any major erosion to it. Like it still like for the most part looks like it's a whole thing. Like there's no splitting or cracking.
No, the only thing that looks like it's really worn it down is like the rain and the wind and such. And you imagine that like, and you feel like a lot of wind being like a little higher up now on the statue. Like the wind from the edge of the world is like whipping against you a little harder than it was when you were down in the tree line below. Like the wind is pretty rough here, so it's probably got a good buffeting effect. Like the power of sand and wind on a structure.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, if that is just a sculpture, that's a pretty impressive sculpture. But man, that thing is. This place is old.
Yeah, pretty old.
I'd say, Graveheart, you could make a religion or a history check if you'd like. your people know a lot about Scalth. But you ignored a lot of it because you really liked Vindane.
That didn't make sense. Oh, no, never mind. I can't read the column.
I mean, but yeah, you and Valin for sure know that, like, Scouth has been in slumber. I will say that you know for sure that the people from your tribe believe that Scouth, like, gave herself to the Wheel of Reincarnation, and, like, you, like, specifically people in your tribe believed that Kriara was the reincarnation of Scouth, but, like, you always were like, ha ha ha, that's all really funny, especially that you all think it's Kriara.
My people think this dick named Kriara was the reincarnation. Yeah, I went there.
It was either that or he thought he was, something like that. I'm sure you didn't pay a lot of attention to it, considering you followed other faiths. Your god was a little less asleep and a little bit more hands-on.
So what all... I apologize. So what all exactly are we looking for? Teleportation circle, your dad. What else?
Forgot to write it down.
I believe we've got a group of evil cultists that we need to stop from trying to corrupt the world.
Oh, yeah, didn't they say that there was one nearby?
You can say that with more confidence. You know that there's one nearby.
Oh. Well, if I recall, there is one nearby that we have to find.
Did you hear her that time, or?
Yes.
Okay. Remember to keep your mic closer to your face, love.
Yeah, does that sound okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
Okay.
good.
So yeah, Valin says there's one nearby.
Perhaps if we be discreet enough, we can ask questions of if the people here have seen any new person that, of course, besides us.
Sounds good.
not exactly sure how discreet we can be when the people know we're coming. Old Falcon Boy back there kind of rolled out the welcoming party for us. They're kind of expecting us here. We were coming here to use the teleporter.
Then they should be friendly then. So I guess let's ask away.
All right.
So as you enter the tree, you find that the central part has been like hollowed out, and you all can see all the way up to the very top, at least as far as this like central interior goes. It's a little bit askew from here as the tree bends and stuff as you go further up, and then it sort of opens up and you can see the highest boughs above that, sort of shading the sunlight coming in from overhead, as it's sometime around noon as you're stepping in. The structure inside is that there are several like buildings, sort of quote unquote, built into this interior, as everything's sort of like as non-intrusive as possible. You can tell this has been done over a long time with a lot of care, and the exposed interior has been preserved with a lot of care. There's like a shiny like reflectiveness to the wood inside of the tree. Clearly there's something alchemical being done in order to make sure that nothing is happening to it like infectious wise or anything with having its interior exposed like this. But there's buildings interlaced along the way up, and a very rough looking staircase spiraling the outside edge of the interior going all the way up, and about halfway up to the top there's a hole in the southern wall that is like an old gnarled knots entrance and exit, and you see bird folk coming and going through there and flying up and down. None of them really using the staircase unless they're like exceptionally old. But yeah, as you're looking around, you recognize some of the social structure from like back home, Graveheart. There's a lot of the culture that's fairly similar from there to here. You can see the reverence for Scouth, although here the religious view has been a bit less corrupted. It's a lot more like in tune with the original religion. There's like depictions of like the giant bird outside, like in the air, along like designs that like run up the staircase that I previously described. They're like molding, that's the word that I was looking for. But it's all just like very well like maintained. Like you can tell that this is like a holy site. And as you like look around, even outside, like looking up, although you couldn't spot the guards that were looking around, all of you saw like the bird folk sort of coming and going from the tree, people that gather going out to gather, or like artisans going out to gather materials and things, and you even see occasionally some fly off to the west, out into empty-looking sky. All of that being said, was there anything that anybody wanted to look for now that you are within the boughs of the tree?
Someone that looks as though they would know anything about who and what we're looking for?
Okie dokie. Yeah, as you're like coming in, you see like a crow in some leather armor that has like the holy symbol of Scalth on a little emblem on like imprinted on it, and he sort of like looks you up and down, and with a little bit of assumption, you can gather that this is probably some sort of guard.
So, we want to know where this shade person is from the notes we found.
If you want to ask around for see if they know anything, I wasn't sure if I don't know if they'd know too much. Couldn't hurt to ask, I guess.
Hey, Rose. For the bird folk in this area, does it look like there's like this type of difference in clothing depending on being richer or poorer? Like,
Not
I guess-
really. They all seem very well taken care of. Like they're all very well. Like their clothes are well maintained. Aside from the occasional person that like obviously just doesn't like care how they look a little bit, you know. And then every now and then you see like a crow or a raven that has like shiny things all over the fucking place. But like yeah, they all seem like they're about on the same level. Sort of class like hierarchy from the looks of things.
I guess my next question is gonna be: does any of them look like they could be a shaman?
A lot of the people here look like they are of the holier persuasion. Like you actually see a few people here and there in like priests' robes and things. Almost every citizen here is wearing the holy symbol of Scalth.
And I'm not seeing anyone in the crowd that looks like they have a sense of, I guess, authority or more higher status that could know. I guess we're gonna have to. I don't know. Just keep searching.
Okay, I guess.
Do you know the type of people that we should be looking for?
I mean, if we need to ask questions about anything, the one over there might be able to help us. And I point to the Arakocra in armor.
Yeah, don't worry about the word Arakocra. We're gonna move away from the D&D branded words.
The bird folk.
Yeah, the crow. Yeah, you all see Graveheart point at a crow that looks like he's wearing some more official looking armor.
Maybe they know about, like, where this portal is. If there's anyone strange in the area.
Why don't we go and ask?
I will walk up and we were sent here by the Crescent Tribe, and they told us that you have a portal we could use to get where we need to go, and also we were wondering if there was anyone new and strange in the area besides us.
No one else new or strange, friend. But you were looking for our leader then. He was the one that is handling all of that portal nonsense. Him and the acolytes. Inrith. He'll be up towards the top of the tree.
Alrighty.
Some of your friends might have a harder time getting up there.
He's got a big bird. And I point to Onakur.
Either way, he's at the top boughs.
All right then. Is Hypnos able to carry me and like have me mounted and carry Mika?
I'll allow it for the sakes of this.
All right. I'll like have. I'm just assuming that Hypnos is asleep on like one of my horns right now, and I'm just gonna shake my head and wake him up. And all right, it's time to get big. We need to lift up top.
Oh, if I must. And you hop on as he gets big, and he grabs Mika, and you can like hear him like struggling as he begins to fly up with you both.
Oh my. That's gotta be difficult.
So yeah, with Hypnos carrying Onakur and Mika, and Vlin on the back of his Solde, you make your way to the top of the tree. As you're making your way up, you spot several structures that look like they could be shops or restaurants or inns. Only one amongst you that can read them all is Graveheart, but you quickly make your way through the tree. Everyone seems pretty used to like the traffic inside the tree, and everybody has an easy time avoiding you all, as you all sort of like struggle to make your way through this cacophony of birds everywhere. I don't know if you've ever been in a big city and you've seen the like flocks of birds like up inside structures and stuff. Like, this is that same vibe. As you all like make your way out through the hole at the top that like comes out of a bending branch that comes up higher and carries the top boughs of the tree, and up in there you see all of these little bird houses. Well, not little, but small in comparison to the tree. Homes of the highest figures in the settlement, and it's pretty quickly obvious which one the leader's home is, as it has the like big holy symbol of Scouth imprinted on the front, and you slowly make your way over there as Hypnos just struggles a little bit carrying two people, being an owl and everything. And as you land on a little like, not really lawn, but like there's like so much space on this like bed of like, I don't know if you've ever seen the like stuff about like environments in the higher levels of redwood trees in California and stuff, but this is that kind of vibe, except for like on another level, where there's almost like turf on top of the leaves and stuff here, and there's like a garden growing out of it all around the outside of this little house, and as you land, it's sort of like a marbled structure, not marble, but like it's some sort of polished Eris stone, that like there's holes throughout and stuff, and as the wind whips through the area, like you can actually hear it like whistle through the building. But you are all in front of the door of the leader of the bird folk at the first tree, one Inerith, as you were told.
Very pretty. Very straight. Let's go talk to him.
Sounds like a plan.
Someone gonna knock, or are you just walking into somebody's house?
Knock.
Alright. Graveheart knocks on the door, and it creaks open, and for a second, like, you're like, where's the person on the other side of the door? You have to look down to see a little owl man on a cane on the other side of the door with these really big glasses that are like extra large and a little bit shaded. Just they have to be like really big so that they can cover his whole owl eyes. But just the most bodily bottle glasses you've ever seen. And he looks up at you all and goes, oh, I've been expecting you all.
Is he about my size?
He's actually a little shorter than you.
Huh.
I'd imagine his glasses are probably about the size of your ears.
Your prescription for your glasses must be astronomical.
Oh, I'm very old, you have to understand, and the light and owls do not go well together.
Ah, yeah. My owl companion likes to sleep during the day usually.
As do I, but with how many people like to be awake during the day, sometimes you have to make some exceptions, as I'm sure your friend is very well aware.
As Hypnosis begrudgingly, eyes slowly blinking. If he could, he would have eye crust in the corner of his eyes as he's just sitting there.
Yeah, he just kind of goes,
I hear you're the man to talk to about a teleporter.
yes, unfortunately, we've been dealing with a mutual enemy issue, I'm afraid.
Oh, which one?
The Order of the Eyes. If I am.
Yep. Sorry.
You're fine. But if I am correct, we have been attacked a few times recently by one of their leaders. Although nobody's been able to see him at all. Several of our very important artifacts have gone missing. And one of the items we need in order to finish the portal ritual, in order to connect you all with the town of Saren.
Sounds like definitely sounds like we have a bit of a mutual problem.
From what I can gather, he's probably somewhere here in town. But, like I said, nobody's been able to see him. Our best guess is there might be somebody working with him. That might help him be hiding, but you've seen how open the first tree is. It's a miracle nobody's seen him. From what we've gathered, intercepting the nearby Lepidopterans, his name is Shade, and he was sent here specifically to interfere with us building this teleportation circle. Although it seems like he has some sort of grudge or something against us. As I said, he's also been stealing our holy relics.
If you say that you think that they might have someone in here helping them, is there anyone that you would expect or anyone that you would least expect to be the one?
Nothing I've been able to gather yet. You've all seen the world. most of us haven't left this tree, other than to head west. There's another island out across the Star Sea, but perhaps you might have more of an inkling into who might be important to question, and I might be able to point you in the right direction. Or if you think there's some place that might be important to check out for clues or something.
You say that this person seems like they might have a personal grudge against your people or your god?
It could be either. That is a good question. Like I
From-
said, my best guess is that because they were taking our holy relics. Or they
Is it
could
possible
be...
that I?
Go ahead.
Is it possible that I could take a look at where the holy relics were kept?
Absolutely. Like I said, at this point, we don't have a whole lot to go off of. But I can take you to the reliquary.
That'd be appreciated.
Did anyone else have any more questions or anything?
So you said that religious relics were being taken. Is there any specific relic, like any type of relic that was taken, or is it kind of just anything they could get their hands on?
If I recall correctly, the Pact Scroll, which was the pact that Scalth made with Sylph and Arin before going into slumber. The final egg, the last egg that was laid by Scalth before going into slumber, and a holy scimitar of Scalth's.
All right. And
Oh, the holy scimitar and what else?
an egg and is it like a scroll, like the pact bond? Is that like a document, or is it like a carving?
It is a scroll that was a promise between Sylph and Arin and Scalth, and it's sealed in a tube. A brass tube with a wax seal on it.
It's like writing all that down.
With how we've experienced this order works, they're using crystals to corrupt. I've seen them use it to corrupt people and creatures, but I've also seen that it has some sort of effect on objects. Maybe that they're planning to corrupt these items in some way. Is there anything else, like any other relics that you think may be of import that might be a target?
Well, the holy armor stored in the museum might be important, or Hmm. I mean, that's the best pattern that I can see is there was a weapon taken and things tied specifically to Scalth herself.
Alright. And one last line of questioning. Each of these relics, were they held in the same place or in separate locations?
All of the ones taken so far came from the reliquary and the temple. There are some other relics, but they're stored in sort of like museum, I suppose, historical site.
And this place, is it guarded by one individual or a rotating shift of individuals? Because if that's the case, we might need to talk to the guard that was around on those nights, because if it is a case of somebody working, he might have a guard on the inside that's allowing him into these places unseen. It would make the easiest sense to be able to get in and out of the city if you have a guard helping you sneak in and out.
Alright, well, I can lead you all to the reliquary if you'd like, and then I can figure out who was on guard that night at the reliquary.
That sounds good. Alright, well, that's all I can think to ask about. Anything else from my compatriots?
Not right now. Maybe we need to find out what's going on and then ask more questions.
Well, I'll make sure that I'm available to you all, as you might need me. Oh, and before I forget, I believe there was someone looking for Miss Valin at the inn.
Oh? Who is this person, do you know?
A halfling with a few people from the east.
Oh! Okay, okay, I want to see these people, but taking a look at the investigation is important too.
Well, I'll take you all to the reliquary, and then you can all decide what you need to do from there. How's that sound?
Works for me.
And he sort of floats down into the opening you all came out of, and as he sees that you're all following, he leads you to this sort of fancier structure that is like slightly gilded. There's a lot of the green stone that you've all seen before that sort of like gives off like a gust of wind if you hit it just right, that like line the gilding along the walls, and it enters, as you enter it, there's sort of like pews that line the area, but like instead of normal pews, they're like these structures for like the bird folk to like perch on, like as they've like flown in and landed, and at the front there's like this like really fancy similar like perch that like kind of comes up off the floor and like swoops around to the side before like jutting out into a flat surface for someone to sit, like grab onto when they've landed. And at the very back there's a little like porthole into a back room, and there's like these like satin red curtains in front of it. And as he leads you back through there, there's sort of like a armored guard standing just inside the door that like greets him and you all as you step into this little room at the back. The room is lined with these little like booths, for lack of better words, that have like glass over them for display cases that open and close at like a 45-degree angle, but behind the glass you can see where the missing relics would have been, as like there's even like an imprint in like the material that was behind them, and you can make out the shapes of like the relics from the like light being cast on them over time and the sun bleaching of everything. And there's a few relics that still remain, that even to you all don't seem as important. Some cuttings from the tree. There's like a display of like various bird skulls. There's like a collage of like feathers that like are in like almost like a tapestry displaying something that looks like it has to do with Scalth. But yeah, you are now in the reliquary, and as he like drops you off, he goes, "The inn will be down another 2 levels, and I will figure out who's on guard that night," as he like tugs at the guard that was watching, and they both step out of the room to let you guys investigate.
Alright, how big is the room?
It's pretty small. Like you're all pretty cramped in here.
So it's roughly 30 feet, like a 30 feet sphere, give or take.
It might be smaller than that.
Okay. Lena's gonna open her eyes, and as she opens again, her eyes glow like a little bit of purple as she casts detect magic in the room.
Yeah, everything's got like different holy magics emanating off of them. I'm trying to think. There's nothing like out of the ordinary though. Nothing like pings you like, oh, somebody cast invisibility here at some point or anything like that. Like it's just the relics giving off their magic here, and then some like protection spells to look over them.
Okay, so there's no like something that could be like a more recent magic that was cast at some point in some parts of the room.
Yeah, it doesn't look like whoever stole these things. It doesn't look like they used magic in the process.
Okay.
At least not anything detectable.
Okay. So it looks like there's a high chance that no magic has been used in this room, other than what's on the reliquaries and their protection magic.
Can I examine the? Was there a door that we had to open to get in here?
It's not really like a door. Like a lot of the places, like there's a few buildings that have doors, like especially up like above, like where the mayor guy was living. Like those buildings have doors, but like here inside the tree, there isn't really doors. There's like portholes. So like there's like little circular like entry points, and this one had like a curtain over the exterior side. So like the room that you just came from had the curtain in it hanging over it. So like almost so it's hiding the hole.
Okay, so that means whoever came in here got past the guard that was here, and that could mean either that one, they were invisible because this person has been said to be unseeable, but we don't know if that they are unseeable or that they just haven't been seen. So that's a sign in the direction that I've been. That's my line of thought that I had earlier. My line of questioning that I had earlier is the only thing that can really answer me that question now. So where can I see where like the items that were stolen, where they were can I investigate where they were? Like the spots?
Yeah. Like I said, they're in these like glass cases, and like so it's almost like shelves, but like each shelf has like a glass pane in front of it with like a little handle so you can like pull it out.
Okay. And there's no like locking mechanism on them, they just seem like pretty like the people were for all intents and purposes just kind of able to pull these out freely. There was no I wanted to see if there's a lock mechanism.
There's not a lock, but you were just told by Valin a few moments ago that there's a spell watching over the cases.
Okay.
So it could be someone who knows how to unlock the spell.
Someone who is able to temporarily dispel the magic.
Did anyone ask what type of creatures did this, or do they not know?
They don't know. They didn't see anything.
Yeah, the person that we're looking for is known as the Shade, and he is either unseeable or has not been seen.
Other than climbing? Is there other ways of getting up here other than flying?
Yeah, there's a staircase that winds around the inside of the tree that you could get here using.
Okay, so people on foot can actually get up top.
Yeah, everything but the tippy top. But you're somewhere in the middle of it all right now. You're kind of close to like the hole that's like an old knot where people can come and go outside from.
Okay, I thought maybe there was a clue there, but okay.
No bad questions when there's a mystery afoot.
Do we need to look for clues? I think we do.
Is the fingerprint trick known in this world?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, no DNA forensics.
I just want to try. Is there any piece of loose furniture that look like they have been moved, especially like depending if they have an outline of I guess dust that said like this is where it was before it moved?
I'm gonna say with that question, you notice the thing that's been right in front of you all that nobody's noticed yet. The cases haven't been opened.
Oh.
That gives the player an excuse me. That gives the player an idea. Nothing's been moved or open. What if they've not been moved, just hidden?
Wait, can Valin put her hand gently to where, what is the empty space of where the relics were?
You would have to open the case that it was in order to do that.
Okay, that means gonna have to ask the guard.
I want to look around the room closely, see if there's anything else that seems out of place.
I think that's the weird thing is that, like, things are surprisingly like you'd expect them to be, other than the missing relics.
Everything's too right.
Would the spell True Seeing be useful in this situation?
If you believe that the objects are invisible right now and in front of you.
Okay, yeah, ooh, there's a little level 6 spell. Do I risk it?
Or
do I
wait,
do
did
it,
you
guys?
say dispel True Seeing?
No, the spell, True Seeing. I didn't know
Okay,
there was
yeah,
this
so-
spell.
So yeah, True Sight will allow you to see an invisible object. So if you believe that the object is there but like invisible, it will allow you to see it.
Alright. Valin's gonna do that. Gonna cast it onto herself and, like, I guess kind of like move her hands across her eyes.
Alright, for the next hour you have True Sight. And as you look over the reliquary, the objects are still missing.
Okay, they are the objects are not here, so they're not invisible.
Also, if there's any visual illusion, she sees through them. Besides just, like, invisibility, like, altering... There are ways that you can alter images without making it invisible.
Correct. Yeah, so basically illusion magic and shit like that kind of doesn't work on you right now.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
That does have a material cost. So go ahead and subtract 25 gold pieces from your inventory.
Did we?
Thank you.
Is it open now?
The reliquary?
Yeah.
No. Nobody has opened the case at all.
Okay. Can we get it open so we can look with our eyes?
Yeah, somebody grabs the guard, and the guard comes in and, like, does a little, like, thing where they touch, like, a talisman against the wards and turns the wards off temporarily for you to open the case, and gently opens up the glass to the missing reliquaries for said missing items.
Are there Is there like dust? Is there like spaces where it looks like it was missing or had been missing?
Yeah, like I said, there's like a spot that you can see where like each of those relics had been like casting a shadow on the like lining of the shelf behind them and whatnot, and like that spot is like a lot brighter of color than the rest of its surrounding. There's a little bit of dust everywhere. It pretty much looks almost undisturbed.
What if a ghost stole it?
Can Valinda take a quick glance at the guard with her true sight eyes? See if she noticed anything unusual with him or with them?
Yeah, you look him up and down, like a TSA agent, like trying to find a bomb. You don't see anything out of the ordinary on them. They look like another just random birdfolk guard. This one looks a little bit more like paladin-y than the one that was like on the ground level.
Is there anyone you can think of that would be suspicious? From the rest of our people?
The guard sort of like scratches their beak a little. I don't know what kind of person would want to take relics.
A bad one?
Someone who would use their known holiness to a group as a weapon.
There's not a whole lot of bad
That's
people.
a way to mock your religion.
There's not a whole lot of bad people around here, so I imagine someone bad would be pretty obvious.
Not always.
What time of the day do you normally guard the reliquary?
Usually in the early after, like the afternoon into the early evening.
And is that like every day or every few days and switch with someone else for that timeshare?
Most days.
That talisman on that you used, how long does that give you to come and go between the cabinet? Is it like you use it, you open the cabinet, close it, and then it turns back on, or is it like a time frame?
It turns the alarm off until you touch it with the talisman again.
Is that the only copy?
Yes. Whoever's watching over the cabinets wears it.
This is completely out of character. Sorry, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you know who was working the day they disappeared?
Yeah. That would have been... That would have been Grok.
Guac?
Grok.
Grok.
Are we 100% absolutely true that they were sure that they were in there to begin with?
I've been guarding them for many years. I would hope so.
Okay. Do they ever get taken out to like be cleaned or to be used and put back, or?
They've rarely been taken out and maintained.
Where does this Grok live?
I believe he has a room at the local inn.
Don't we need to go there next? I look at the rest of the party since Valen is gone right now. The player at least is gone right now.
I was thinking maybe someone created a duplicate with an illusion magic or something, and then it just disappeared on its own.
It would be a bit redundant to create an illusion that just went away on its own after some time. The whole point of the illusion is to kind of let people think that it's still there.
Well, I mean, it'd been even enough time for them to get away.
This just seems a little fishy to me.
I wouldn't mind having some fish right now.
The other thing is just the inside job, but I don't know. That was kind of crazy.
That has been my mind this entire time.
I like giving people a benefit of the doubt, you know? Even if it's absurd.
That gets you shanked.
So yeah, the group begins to make their way to the inn. I will say, you guys know that you can make your way around the places you're going to have to investigate on foot. So you start taking the stairs as it's, albeit daunting, probably easier on Hypnos and such. And to save space, as you guys were entering the reliquary, Isolde turned into a little, figurine of a unicorn that is, gold and pearlescent, so that Valen can store her in a bag while you are in tight spaces. But yeah, you all make your way to the inn, and as you enter, the first part of the inn is a large open tavern area. There's little they're almost like nests with tables, but the nest, it's one side and another that are nests, but they're also chairs almost around a table, so that birds can sit down and eat in a comfy fashion. That's all down in a lowered pit area with a fire off to the right hand side as you enter. On the left there's a bar with a couple of perch stools, and a bird of paradise barmaid watching over it. There's a few birds around. Oh, and then at the back part in that pit, you see peeking over the edge of a table one Tiri Roadfinder, who waves enthusiastically at Valin.
Valen's waves back excitedly and kind of like not exactly run, but like skips over to her without really thinking outside of Rosewind and her friends.
And as you're approaching Tiri, you see she is seated with a few chickens. The people that she had told you she was looking for previously after rescuing the one from that chef at the beginning of the campaign.
Oh, the talking chicken?
Yes. There is a little chicken dressed in monk robes, a brown chicken with a red, like the very stereotypical looking chicken. He's wearing like a druidic robe, and then there's another chicken in like heavy armor with a lance. And Tiri jumps up and like greets you excitedly as you get to the table. She goes, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I seen you, since that mountain collapsed.
I know. How have you been? How's your chicken friend been?
Well, it's been kind of crazy. Still looking for that fabled gravy yard, but I found a couple of our friends that have been missing. Traveling around down here. That whacked out rainbow fiery girl, she teleported us to this icy place, and we had to trek south for a while before we got back to someplace normal. We kind of been traveling around here, though. These guys showed me their home. It's all the way out to the east. There's a big old ocean. They got a whole peninsula where they've got a society of chickens.
Oh my goodness, that's so exciting! Oh, yeah, definitely that's gonna be on a wish list.
She like leans in and quietly goes, did you know they've got their own frickin' god? It's called Bakan.
No, they don't?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited there.
He's called Bakan.
Pecan?
Yeah. Their peninsula is called the Bakan Peninsula.
Is it offensive to laugh a little bit at the name or chuckle?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of between you two, so. But she goes, yeah, I heard that you were in the area because some people were looking for you, so.
Yeah, yeah, I have a bunch of new friends here that are not the same group I was with at the beginning that you met if you remember.
Yeah, I can kind of tell the one guy that smelled real bad and ain't around, but he kind of got poofed around with me and the fairy girl when that magical fiery chick was. Gosh, that was crazy.
Man, crazy how long ago that was. Well, I would love to tell you about my new religion, and also ask more about your adventure. But right now, my friends and I are investigating. So, I feel like whispers into your ear. We're investigating some missing reliquary.
Huh. Yeah, I've been staying around here for a while, so I had heard about that, but I don't know too much about it.
Mm. How long have you been here?
2 or 3 months now.
And in that time, did you see anything that looked out of the ordinary? I guess this is a little unordinary for those for what we grew up with.
Yeah, I was gonna say like weirder than like the bird stuff.
Weirder than the bird stuff.
There's a lot of bug people up north. That was weird. There's a big crystal in the mountain to the northeast that like glows at night. So it's like it always looks like it's like right before nighttime there. It's crazy. Big dead guy skull to the southeast. Got a sword through its head and a big old gold crown just hanging out in the mountains. Those mountains suck, by the way. Stay away from them. You're better off going through the swamp to the south of them.
Oh, what's so dangerous in that area?
The cliffs themselves mostly. You gotta like belay and stuff to get over them.
Oh, would you introduce me to your chicken friends here? I don't think I've spoken to them this entire time we were talking.
They've kind of like been clucking amongst themselves. Oh yeah. Y'all meet. She like.
While they're doing that, Lynn, she like does like a wave sign over to her friends to bring them into the conversation.
But yeah, she points at the monk one and goes, "This is Baga Baga." Then she motions towards the druid and goes, "This is Bakan Bakan." And then she points at the one in the armor and goes, "And this is Chok Chok."
It's Cha-Cha, Baconacon, and I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Baga Baga.
Bagala Baga.
Baga baga.
I am so sorry.
Like Tiri's like fighting a chuckle. Can I show character sheets? They should be in your actors. If you go into your actors, NPCs, adventurers, and then chickens, they should be all in there.
Okay, these are cool.
I see two of those. I see Baga Baga and Chok Chok.
Oh, I love these. I love the pictures. Wow. They're so cool.
Oh man.
Okay.
I think that fixed it.
Cool.
Yep. And Tiri Roadfinder.
All the chickens like cluck at all of you. So yeah, if there's anything I can do to help with y'all's investigation, I'd be happy to.
Um, remind us again how tall are these chickens?
They're like regular chickens. Like they look like regular chickens outside of the fact that like how they're dressed. I will also say none of you has heard them actually say words.
So they either don't talk and she's crazy, or they do talk, it's just in a way that we don't understand.
They've been clucking. They speak Clucknese. I don't speak Clucknese.
I guess one of the ways how your friends could help Rosewind is that I guess
Why are you saying my character's name from another campaign?
I don't know.
You're talking to Tiri.
Tiri. Okay, Tiri. I'm a little high. Tiri, I have an idea for your friends if they're up for it. Like they could be like hidden investigators.
I mean, they stand out a little bit around here, not gonna lie. Alright, so yeah, as Valin is chatting it up with Tiri and the chickens, Graveheart, you approach the barkeep. Like I said, it's Bird of Paradise lady who's like pouring a drink for a like big toucan guy with an accordion slung over his back.
Excuse me. I was looking for someone named Grok.
Yeah, he's got time off until this evening. He's probably resting in his room.
Which one's his room?
It'll be number 3 up there.
And I will head to room 3.
Yeah, it's like the second floor is like not up a staircase. Like there's a ladder for guests who like can't fly, but it's just straight up like there's a cutout square in the floor to like the second floor. And then as you like get through that square, it's like a hallway with all of the rooms along either side. And you approach door number 3.
I will knock on the door.
A grumbling voice comes from behind the door as a strong-looking magpie gentleman peers through. He's got a scar across his face that goes from like just under his eye on his left cheek all the way to his beak. And he like looks at you sleepily eyed like, "What? I don't have to be in for a while still."
We've got some questions about that. Well, I do. The rest of my friends are downstairs.
He looks you over. "I don't recognize you. Who are you? What?"
I am Graveheart. and I am a member of an adventuring team that's trying to save the world.
His eyes like slowly shut and then open, and he shuts the door, and you hear shuffling on the other side, and then it opens back up all the way, and he like steps out. This time, like, he probably wasn't clothed when the door was cracked, but yeah, he steps out wearing like some just like very casual clothing, like sack clothing, and shuffles down the hall with you for your interrogation.
So, the current guard at the reliquary said that you were the one there when the things disappeared.
Yeah, as everybody who's asked me before, I told them I didn't see anything, nothing. I didn't even realize that they had disappeared until the next person came in and was looking everything over.
Do I believe him?
Go ahead and give me an insight.
Suck, don't suck, don't suck. Hey, it didn't suck. It's still not good, though.
You definitely believe him. It kind of like tracks with what everybody's been telling you thus far.
And you didn't hear anything? Like alarms?
No, and you'd think that if the glass was opening up, that you'd hear the glass moving and stuff. At the very least.
Could there be a copy of the magic thing that unlocks the door? Or unlocks the magic?
I mean, I'd imagine that someone could make one, but they'd have to have access to the original, and that'd be... I mean, they'd have to be pretty damn good with magic, or at least making magical items.
What about any guards that stand out as shifty?
I mean, nobody's ever struck me as shifty. Some people are more pompous assholes than others, but that's a whole different story.
Oh? Can you point me to one of these pompous assholes?
There's a falcon who keeps guard on the outskirts. Skakareth fucking thinks he's the next incarnation of Scouth.
I've met one of those before.
Yeah, like I said, pompous asshole. Sure you understand though, right?
I do. Well, sorry to bother you.
Yeah. If you have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise,
Will
I'm
do.
going to be sleeping until I work.
Will do. If I have any more questions, I'll ask them when you're working.
Sounds good. And he like lazily like starts flapping his wings, like flies into the ceiling once, and then like goes through the hole in the ceiling to the second floor.
And then I will return to the party and tell them what I learned.
So yeah, as Graveheart rejoins the party, we'll go back to where the conversation was with Volin and Thierry. So, did you think, and don't judge me on this, but this is just me thinking from who I am and my background. Did you think maybe to either keep an eye on the remaining relics, or you said there were more in that museum? Perhaps scoping that out just in case?
Ooh, I have an idea. What if we put put some sort of magical tractor onto the relics that are most likely to be stolen next? Hmm.
Okay, I like shiny things and grabbing times, but none of those were shiny enough for me to grab.
You got the ability to track things? That's crazy.
I don't know if I do. I guess I just said that out there just as an idea. Uh, Hmm.
Well, being that the god route seemed like it might have been a little bit of a dead end, at least for now, checking out the museum does sound like a good idea, scoping it out. Especially the armor, he said that that might be probably something that's up for grabs next, kind of falls in line with what's been taken already.
Yeah, I'd say as somebody who's she shies away from the word thief. Procurer of finer goods. I'd say that if there's a like series of items being stolen, it's safe to assume that someone might come after something else if there's still a set to complete, you know?
Okay. So far, it's been a scroll and a sword that has been stolen.
And an egg.
Guess.
I don't know about that other stuff, but armor and sword seems like a combination, so what your lizard friend here said might just track.
Does sound like a good probability.
Hmm.
Which way's the museum?
As you head out of the tavern, it will be just a ways down the staircase. You actually go down further than the ground level where you entered and into the ground. And as you go underground, there's a lot more structures like built into the like ground itself. And now that you've gone down further, like over the like top threshold that is the ground level, you can see that the hole also goes all the way down and out the bottom of the island. And as you continue down this spiraling staircase, you find your way to the museum that is fairly clearly marked in birdfolk language, which Kriara is easily able to, or not, fucking, why did I call you that? Graveheart is easily able to read. Fuck. I'm so sorry.
It happened.
Too many bird sound names. But yeah, as you enter the museum, it's a pretty small place. You can tell that it's dedicated to the religion, so it's almost like a second temple, just with like less important stuff for the most part. You assume that this armor that you're here to look in on is the main draw. And thankfully, as you come in, it is still here. And it's in a very similar case to the one that you saw upstairs, that it requires one of those little, like, talisman to be touched against it in order to turn off the alarm. But the armor is still inside.
This is good.
Oh, cool. You want to throw that up in chat?
There we go.
Has to be familiar to you.
That mean like I touched the said item?
No, it just means that you have to, like... So being familiar with something means that, like, you've seen it, basically. It's kind of how, like, the wild shape works on the druid. In most cases, is like, if you're familiar with an animal, you can turn into that animal. But, I will say, for all intents and purposes, should this armor disappear, you're familiar with this armor.
Okay. So I'm just gonna throw this out there as an idea. Let's say the group hides close to the object in like the middle of the night, and let's say whatever it is got that item got stolen. Would I assume would that spell be able to be used in that situation? So, like, as soon as the item is stolen, they use the spell to locate it.
Yeah, as long as you've seen the item, I'll allow you to use that.
Yeah. And because looking at the spell, it says within 1,000 feet of the caster.
So yeah, I'm sure Vlyn communicates to you all that that is an option now. Should anything happen to anything, you can track it.
Does anyone have that spell that makes noises if someone you don't want comes near it?
Alarm?
Yeah, but...
Warding bond?
But I was playing like Graveheart didn't know the name of it.
Yeah. I was just saying it in case the casters did have it.
Nah.
I mean, that one does kind of work too.
Yeah, I think that one works as well, which is kind of what I was implying these were, because except for this this looks like it hurts people, because you've got explosive and spell and all that.
Maybe a little bit too dangerous to be used.
Yeah, well, I mean, if your idea is to hurt the person that's coming after the item, it's a good option.
Only with the rest of the party's approval.
I mean, it'll.
If you had hold person or something of a third level, yeah, hold person's a second level. If you had hold person, the spell glyph would be really good because then that would trigger if somebody activated it, it would trigger and cast hold person on the person, and then they would just be stuck there.
Let me take a look, see if I have it. There's a lot.
Because you have spell glyph, so you can store a prepared spell of a level 3 or lower. So any level 3 or lower spell that you have prepared, you can store it in the glyph and have that activate once it goes up. So it doesn't even have to be like it could be like, I could set a message spell and that just be like, oh, to where once it goes off, if I'm nearby, I get a message saying, boop, you've been opened. You've got mail.
Yeah, I caught that. So yeah, if you want to go that route, that's an option.
Okay, so just so I completely understand, one of the options we can use is the glyphs and then hold person inside the glyph.
Yep.
Okay. If I remember looking at warding, I think it takes an hour to prepare the spell.
Yep. And you need to have a powdered diamond worth 200 GP plus.
But you are
Definitely have 200.
You are in a civilization hub, so if you need to buy that, you can buy it.
Okay.
If you have spells that require costed material components like that, now is a good time to buy them.
Alright.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we gonna.
How much gold do I have? I need to make sure. Cool. Beans.
I made sure to keep you all nice and poor.
I've only got 100 gold, basically, because I've got 10 platinum pieces, and that's it.
Yeah, and this isn't Doug's campaign. They cost the platinum pieces cost the normal amount.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely get 100 GP worth of diamond dust for my greater restoration, so I'll take that out of my gold.
Okay.
It's always good to have that on standby.
Yeah, so if you want to buy that diamond dust or powdered diamond villain, you can do that.
Okay, and you said they were 100 apiece?
200.
Your spell costs 200 GP worth of diamond powder.
How do I add items?
Okay, and platinum is the
Plus
same,
sign.
has the same worth as
There we
gold.
go.
What?
Did you say platinum has the same worth as gold?
One platinum is 10 gold pieces.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it's gonna get 1 diamond dust worth 200.
Yours is a powdered diamond.
Yeah, so y'all visit a blacksmith and he sells you some of his diamond grit. Or a lapidarian. I don't know what a person who does lapidary is called, actually. I just made up a word, I think.
I'm proud of you.
You have expanded the English vocabulary. I'm proud of you.
I could have been correct. I don't know. I was throwing a dart in the dark. Anyway.
A lapidaris.
Ah, there you go. So yeah. Y'all grab your diamond stuff, and Valin, you set up your trap?
Yeah, let me just... Alright, which one did we want to use? Do we want to use spell glyph, the
Spell
explosive
glyph.
rune, or
The hold person glyph.
Not blowing things up sounds better.
Blowing things up could destroy other relics in the museum, and we don't need that.
Nope.
We are here to stop a criminal, not cause destruction.
Yeah, I'm gonna use spell glyph, and then inside spell glyph, I'm gonna use hold person if that is the correct way to use it.
Yep, and I believe it takes up the spell slot for your preparation of the ward, and then it takes up the spell slot for the hold person if it goes off.
Okay.
So yeah, Valin takes an hour to set up this ward. Nearly imperceptible. I think it just lasts. I don't think there's...
Wards are usually end on trigger.
Yeah, so that will be on that until it is triggered. So yeah, anybody want to do anything while she was doing that, or?
I will stand guard.
I will curl up and kind of watch if it's okay.
Yeah, you like sit over Valin's shoulder and like hand her shit as she's like setting up her little ward using like her holy symbol and this diamond powder and like inscribing like this design or whatever on the like wood underneath the like display, and like then like putting the powder in and stuff.
What are the walls made of stone here?
Yeah, you're below ground now. You're pretty, like, it's like almost like a cave. The only stuff that's wood still is the like roots of the tree that pop through the walls here and there, and the shelves and displays that hold the various holy materials in the museum.
Okay, so Valin is gonna decide she's gonna hide herself using stone shape. Wait, no, is that
That's gonna
That's not
material
how-
cost, doesn't it?
soft clay.
Ah, then you'd be able to find that pretty easily.
Okay. Wait.
I will say, you are burning a lot of spell slots.
I guess I'm just having like there's so many new ideas that I could use spells for. I'm just getting a little excited.
But yeah, y'all watch as like Valin finishes setting up this glyph, and then she like shoves a little iron rod in the bottom of the glyph for the hold person spell. And with that, the glyph is prepared.
Oh, wait, here we go.
That's so cool.
Are you gonna do that?
I'm just reading it really quick. Nah, I'm not gonna use it because need to hear the intruder.
All right. So yeah, as Valin finishes setting up the glyph, what did you all want to do?
I want to look around at the museum, see what else is inside here.
Yeah, there's like old holy books in like various displays. There's like a mural against one of the walls that like shows the like story of Scalth landing here, with like a gift from Sylph in her beak that became the first tree. And it said that when the people came to North from... One sec. When the people came to North from Lemuria, they landed here, and this was their first tree. And then as you like go further down the mural, it depicts a story of a group of followers that went east carrying a cutting of the first tree to a land of blue sands. Then there's some like tapestries. There is a lance in one of the displays, and a bow with some like really fancy looking arrows.
That I would recognize that the mural is saying that the people took the cutting from the tree here and took it to the blue sands, and that's the tree that I walked into.
You betcha.
Huh. Small world. Big tree.
The mother tree. Or the father tree. The tree tree.
Oh.
Are there any roots big enough to hide behind?
Anybody who wants to try and find a place to hide in the museum, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Don't think I have anything that gives me advantage.
Alright, let's try it.
I have
Oh,
Nature's
nat
10.
20s! I want to become an exhibit. That nat 20.
Yeah, you all watch
Just
as
become
like
a...
Oniker stands like right next to the armor and like poses up and then like stops moving, like with his mouth open, like he's like throat breathing, but like he looks completely fucking still. Graveheart goes to
I'm
the
holding
other
my bow and
side.
I'm holding my way that looks like I'm going to attack too, so I just have my bow out.
The Graveheart goes to the other side and poses up. And Valin like sits behind the counter.
Valin works here now. I'm an employee.
Will that even work?
If I wasn't already a statue, I would have given you my disguise kit.
Okay, you know what? Just fuck it. I'm using that. Okay, before I use that spell, I have a question, and that question is: once the glyph goes off and the whole person off, will Valen immediately be able to sense that spell went off?
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd be aware that your spell slot got consumed, and thus you'd be aware that your spell went off.
Okay, then she's just gonna hug the stone wall and cast as meld into stone.
Yeah, you'll watch Valin stand up, go from behind the counter, like look around and go, okay, that wasn't good. And then she just like pushes up against the wall, and you watch as it looks like she's just pushing harder and harder, and then she just like melts into the wall.
The wall loves me. And I love the wall.
What did Mika want to do while you were waiting for this glyph to go off?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna wait, I guess. I don't know.
Is there anything Mika's size that Mika could hide in?
There might be like there's like a bookshelf, or it's like it's curled up in something.
Yeah, there's a lot of shelves and stuff. If you wanted to go and hide behind something or in something, you could go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay. A wicker basket. I like that.
Yeah, like Mika followed Valin behind the counter and saw the basket and like sat down. Just like there's a basket between you and the case, and every now and then you poke your head over and look.
Oh god, it's gotta be really cute.
But you all hunker down and you wait, watching the case with the armor in it, hoping that this person's gonna show up and grab this armor and set off the ward. And as you're all watching, a lot of time passes. So at the point where this happens, it's about 11 p.m. I think that the person with the most direct line of sight on the basket, on the case is going to be Mika. And Mika, you see it because you're sharp. Like you're very good at noticing things. A hand comes up from the shadow and like winds around the armor, and the armor begins to sink in the shadow. It like its own shadow.
Ooh.
But as this is happening, the glyph goes off, and it is going to have to make, what is it, a wisdom check?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
DC 16 wisdom saving throw. The spell goes off, and you watch as like the thing like struggles for a sec and then just keeps moving as the armor continues to sink into the floor in front of you. And Graveheart and Anakur on either side of the case like see it after hearing Mika like recognize it. And of course, Valin, you feel your spell go up.
I will rush to break the case and grab the armor and pull in the opposite direction.
You Did somebody else want to say something?
I was gonna run over and help.
Yeah,
Even though I
Flynn's
can't
gonna
really.
rush out of the stone, sensing it, and it's immediately sees Graveheart and just hold on to it with him.
Yeah, you all grab the armor, and like the majority of the armor comes with the party as like the like greaves or shoes or whatever like sink into the floor with the shadowy hand, and as they disappear out of sight, I'm assuming somebody reaches to like try and like grab at the floor, and your hand just hits floor.
I'm going to cast Starry Wisp on the Shadow Hand. It's a cantrip. But I'm going to launch a Motive Light at the Shadow Hand, make a ranged spell attack, and then it will take radiant damage, and then a dim light will create, and nothing can benefit from invisible, but that's not really the main thing. I have an idea about light. Oop.
Yeah, that'll hit it. Go ahead and deal the damage. You hear an audible "fuck," and as the hand sinks into the floor, the light is actually left behind on the floor.
They got most of the armor. The hand got the rest.
I will say, with Anakur's attack, I'll retcon a little bit here and say like Anakur launches off that attack as everybody else is grabbing the armor, and it like hits the place where the shadowy hand connects with the floor, and you actually see like the hand like snap off from the floor and then like disappear. And
Okay, so the light destroyed it?
You still have the entire suit of armor. I wouldn't say it destroyed it because you heard someone respond with pain to the attack, but...
What did the hand look?
It looked like a shadow coming up off the floor and wrapping itself around the armor.
Did the sound come from the hand?
It came from its general location. It probably sounded more like it was coming out of the floor itself.
So, did the hand have a distinct shape to it, like a human bird folk?
It looked like a human hand.
I think shade is the shadow. Yeah. Oh, can you detect the hand? I look at Valen.
Sorry, say that again. She's taken aback. Just never seen something like that shadow before.
Nah, we see weird stuff in the desert all the time.
I think they're referring to your detect.
Yeah, can you sense the hand? I want to bite it.
She chuckles a little bit. Oh, we gotta make sure that hand has some sauce for you for some extra flavor.
Nah, it's not for flavor, it's to get even.
I'm just gonna scroll up and check.
Technically, that spell only works on objects. So if the hand was disconnected from the body...
Huh.
Didn't think that.
No, it wouldn't work then. If somebody had a way to track a person that you've seen before, that would work, though.
There is a spell for that.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because I didn't know if they were the same spell or not, but... Somebody could always have something that works.
Only I'm not finding.
You know, I ain't got nothing of tracking variety.
Oh, boss. All the boots. Like,
Loki.
I mean, I can't. Can I track the boots?
We have the full thing of armor.
Oh. Okay.
Nothing there. Well, we need to get this to whomever can secure it.
I'm not exactly sure where it would be safe from a shadow.
Somewhere really bright.
You all think about it for a sec. When the group sort of like stumbles upon it at the same time, when you saw down out of the bottom of the tree through the hole in the bottom of the island into space, there was a bunch of that ore, the gem or whatever that absorbs light. It was all way down at the bottom of that hole.
Can anyone cast that spell that makes fire, like a torch that doesn't burn anything? We could stick it on the armor.
Burns like a torch.
I don't know if I'm being clear about this, but basically, because the ore is always giving off light and absorbing light, it will always be... Yes. Yeah, so yeah, basically, yeah, those are both good options. Either you can take it down to where the crystals are, and there's going to be light coming at it from all directions, so it won't cast a shadow, and there's nothing down there will probably cast shadows. Or, like Anakur said, you could theoretically try and wait for him to steal it again and track it if he's dumb enough to come and try and take it again.
That could work. Have any guards shown up yet? I've kind of been expecting the guards to show up.
Yeah, I'll say that, like, because you guys had to kind of go through the ward to, like, go after the armor and grab it. Like, you broke the glass and stuff. And so the alarm started going off. And, like, a couple of guards are kind of, like, milling around now, like, looking at everything, like, what the hell happened? And, you know, everything's still there, so, like, they aren't upset or anything. They're just really confused looking.
The shadows tried to steal it, which was weird.
Big hand came out of nowhere and just like we played tug of war with it.
What if, Valen thinks aloud, I cast continual flame onto the armor?
I mean, it might be easier to just stick it in the glow hole.
He laughs. That's a phrase of words.
I couldn't
You're
figure out
funny.
anything else to call it. Or we could have them put it somewhere else.
I will also say, at this point, like I said, it's about 11 p.m., so you've all been up for the whole day as well.
I'll just hand the piece of armor I've kind of been holding to one of the guards.
He like looks like really uneasy as he like carefully like takes it from you as he's holding this thing that's like truly holy to his people. He's just like, holy shit.
Like, oh my god, I'm touching it, I'm touching it, I'm touching it! I'm touching the armor.
But yeah, they look at you all for like confirmation as they begin like reassembling the armor in its stand.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Shadow Hand will be back. But I think it's time to roost for the evening.
Yeah, we can like plan out more in the morning.
The guards look at you all and go, we'll keep an eye on things here for now, and we can always call you if anything happens.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
So you all make your way back to the inn, and they provide you with a free room for the night and a meal, as you're sort of helping them out at the moment. And everybody gets a free pint on the house as well with their meal, which is a like salad with like various berries, and there's a very bitter vinegary dressing. There's little like baked like and fried crickets like over the top instead of croutons, and then there's like biscuits, like really buttery biscuits with like sesame seeds on top.
Sounds delicious.
So yeah, if nobody had anything that they wanted to do, you all are able to get a we'll say a long rest, as somebody in the morning like rouses you sort of early. You all lay down around midnight after getting back to the inn and eating. It's like midnight, 12:30 or so when you fall asleep, and you wake up around 8 a.m. To a guard saying, "We told you we'd come and get you if anything happened. The armor has been stolen."
Oh shit!
Graveheart has this "I told you so" look on their face. Towards the guards, not towards the rest of the party.
Well, because of what you said, we knew what to look for, and yeah, it seemed like the very shadow of the armor itself engulfed it, and it just disappeared in front of us.
I wonder what walks in shadow.
I'm sure this is pretty reminiscent of some stuff that Graveheart and Onakur have seen in the Desert of Demons, where there are frequently shadow demons.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of darkness? And I'll mention shadow demons. It might be a shadow demon. And weren't you going to, like, try to find it after it disappeared, Valan?
Did we lose Valen?
Sorry, can you please rephrase that? I was writing down what was happening.
Weren't you going to try to find the armor?
Oh yes. And she like claps her hands together and casts locate object.
Funny enough, it's still very deep below the earth. It's like right at the edge of your range, so like you're just barely able to detect it.
Are there underground tunnels or? Well, I wouldn't. Yeah.
But I imagine you all start heading in the direction of it, and as you come down to this lower area where the crystals are and everything, you see the roots of the tree spread out in all sorts of different directions, and head to all sorts of like little caves and things. And as you follow the signal to where the object is, you come to a little alcove around a corner where you spot a very familiar looking buff falcony asshole and one shadow that, as you're sort of like watching from a distance, looks like it's his shadow, but then like steps up, like rises up weakly in like takes like a 3D form. And this isn't a shadow demon, this is some other creature. As it becomes like an actual object, like it looks like a person, just every feature of it is inky black and shadowy, and the very edges of it are obscured and shifting, and something clicks that a few of you, I believe, have seen something like this before beneath a skull in the desert.
No.
And I will change maps real quick on y'all, and I think that's where we'll call it for tonight as you head into a battle with these things.
I have something I want to do to them instead of the fight.
Oh shit! And I thought we kept them trapped. Oh my gosh, so much writing.
I'm just thinking back to all the shadows that ever existed in my life, and I'm just like, what? I wonder how many of them was watching me.
All of them.
Did you always feel like somebody was watching you?
I knew someone was stealing my tea.
And I ain't got no privacy.
Now that freaking song's stuck in my head.
How do y'all like my battle map? I'm pretty proud of it.
It looks so good. I like how it's pretty cool how bright those crystals are.
It looks like I'm stuck at 99%.
It looks like you think when you're going down, you're just going to go down and not get into anything that looks like space, but it defies that expectation. We're just like, well, you're down here now. The furthest, probably some of the furthest. It's all shiny and bright and just like outer space here.
In Final Fantasy, all I can think about are the piss crystals. We're fighting on piss crystals.
Welcome to my piss crystal dungeon, everybody.
You don't worry, guys. We don't have to. We just have to keep this fight going long enough for Bula to eat all of the crystals. We'll be good. He's on his way. Don't worry. You got a little. Takes him a while.
Little leather.
Oh god, Lil Leather here to save the day.
So you said that Anakur wanted to do something before you end up getting into a fight here. Did you want to try and do that real quick before we end for the night?
Oh yeah, it's a spell. It's a spell that's gonna kick off the fight, if that's okay.
Sure, why not? Let's end with a bang, huh?
Alright. So it's just the two of them, right?
Seems so.
Swagadacious.
Where was it? Flynn likes to use bless onto everyone after that spell.
Moonbeam probably wouldn't work down here, would it?
I don't know why it wouldn't.
That's what I wanna.
Because I was thinking if we're getting a surprise round, I would shoot off one of
Yeah,
my weapons.
I'll allow it. You
No.
all got like a surprise round that did not expect you all to show up.
Alright, then I will use Moonbeam from Starchild. And drop it. Well, it took away my Moonbeam reticle. There we go.
Okay, so yeah, as you all round the corner and catch these guys as surprise, you approach to get close enough just to like it almost sounds like they're arguing, and then you just immediately start blasting spells. And with that, we will close out for the night as you get a jump on the baddies at the first tree. If you are watching on Twitch, everything gets backed up to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Wherever you're watching, we appreciate you. Thanks for watching. And everybody have a good one until we see you next time.
Bye.
See you next time.
Sleep soundly, I'll be there.